I've been asked to explain what I mean by junk journaling, so here it is. This is my idea, my take on it. It's a creative art form focusing on repurposing recycled materials into personal journals. It embraces imperfection and resourcefulness. It blends art with storytelling in a way that differs from traditional journaling that's just writing. And it came out of the DIY and mixed media art movements, where people were creatively reusing scraps, souvenirs like tickets, and things that would otherwise be thrown away. And it's a great way of combining sustainability and creativity. And once you start, you'll never look at rubbish the same way again. I use old sheet music, junk mail, things I've printed out or painted on and discarded, envelopes, the community newspaper as well to make pages. I use old tissue paper, labels from clothing and items I've bought, labels from wine bottles as well. Greeting cards are a great source of images, as are magazines. Plus I use netting from fruit and vegetables sometimes. And here I've done a page using my medication packaging and giving thanks for the way that it keeps me going. The left-hand page here was made from the envelope, a paper bag, the champagne bottle and stamp from my husband's birthday celebrated last year. And the right-hand page has cellophane, string and orange ribbon from some flowers I was given, plus some watercolour painting that I'd done and just put to one side. I've only completed the first double page of my own journaling on this first attempt I had following a video lesson, and I used all the downloaded pages that were provided to be able to do that and learn how to do all the different fold outs and little pockets and things like that. I did this to remember the inspiration that I received from Allenmouth Arts Festival last year, and that was a great time. And it was good to be able to record that in my junk journal. I use junk journaling mainly as part of my prayer times, and I'm on my third homemade journal that I've used from recycled papers. This is the first one. It doesn't have a proper cover. I just painted on the outside page, which happened to be old music, and I stuck a butterfly on from a birthday card. And there you see 2 pages from it. I used tissue paper, an old piece of painting for the cross, top of a milk bottle for the sun, and a wine label and print out of a photo of the beaches, plus a verse from an old hymn book. I ran out of room on the left-hand page, so I added a folded extension piece from scrap paper. This page shows how using recycled paper can inform what you use the page for. I've left a paragraph about the food bank showing, and it's a great advantage having something already on the page rather than a blank paper. It's less intimidating, and also it's rubbish, so it doesn't really matter if you make a mess of it, and that's so very releasing. I've also used items I've found or rubbish to make marks with paint. The white circles are paint on the end of a toilet paper tube. And here's a selection from my box of mark making things. Old credit cards are great for spreading paint, acrylic paint that is, corks and bottle tops for making circles, and sponges make broad marks. Plus I've even used an old slipper and something I found in the street to good effect. My second one has a cover that's an old curtain tie back. And I've highlighted in yellow on the pages where you can see how a small piece of paper can give an extra little bit of a tab. I've used portions from an old book and cut out letters from a magazine, or it may have been junk mail. For my third one, I was getting a bit more adventurous and I'd been doing some slow stitching. So the cover is a piece of card with fabric scraps covering that. I think I've made too many pages in that journal, but it's tied up with a fastener, so it doesn't matter that it is a bit bulky. And this is a page that is a fold out. I used a National Trust envelope on the left and a centre panel, plus words from our church notice sheet, and some images from a magazine on the right panel. Now here's an example of using junk on a journal page. This is some printing done with used doilies from the breadbasket while I was on retreat, plus a square stitched using fabric scraps and a dried up blob of paint from the top of the tube of acrylic paint. And I've enlarged the centre for you so you can see it there above my head. This journal page uses scraps from the harbour, feather, tin foil and fabric I found, plus words cut out from the church magazine. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this brief look at how I do junk journaling and that it has inspired you to try it too. I run various workshops, quiet days and retreats, and people say they find my way of teaching encouraging, especially for those who are nervous and think that they aren't artistic. So why not join me at one of my workshops or retreats? I look forward to meeting you sometime, somewhere.